So in this video, we're going to talk about common mistakes in the outside swivel in Tango. The outside swivel is a challenging figure, even though it is a basic syllabus figure, because there's lots of different aspects to it. So first of all, it begins with an outside promenade, outside finish. Our closed position, we are right side to right side. My tie line is just skimming the edge of the lady's body, and her belly button is just skimming the edge of my body. Now, when we do outside partner position, we're really not changing anything. If I was, let's come back here so that we don't lose where our feet are. If I'm going forward in a straight line, my right foot tracks between the lady's feet. Come back again. If I want to do an outside partner action, my body does not change, but my feet will change. My feet just turn diagonal. Our body position did not change. My right side is still skimming. My belly button is still skimming the lady's body. Her belly button is still skimming the side of my body. Nothing changed, but our feet, by going diagonal, I can now step in front of my left foot, which is outside the lady's feet. So essentially, when we do an outside promenade, that's all we're doing. We're changing that angle. But what most men do, if I do it from a closed promenade, let's come back here. If I'm in promenade position,
Tango.
Slow, quick, quick, slow. This is what we see. Now notice that my hip is now against her hip because I have lined up my belly button with where my feet are facing. I've lost the principle, which is that my belly button shouldn't change, my feet should change. So that is what causes problem number one, is that the men, they
keep going.
Their belly button goes the same as their feet. So easy enough for me to step in front of my left foot, but because everything is lined up, my hip is now also lined up with the lady.
So the lady's connection point will go from here and it'll slide to the side of your body.
Yeah,
we don't want that.
Her belly button is now in space. Her hip is beside me. So the key, guys, is do not let your body, if I just show by myself, I might be perfectly lined up here in promenade. I do not want to turn like that. I want my arms to still be lined up. Slow.
So the feet are diagonal,
quick,
the body is not.
Quick, slow. So my belly button is still pointed toward the lady's
We're still connected here.
side. So I'll do it correctly this time. Slow, quick, quick, slow. And in this case, I actually turned a little bit to the right to really keep that connection. Because if I had just kept everything and just done diagonal steps, it's not as efficient as just turning my body a little bit more, so that now we retain that right side to right side connection. So that's mistake number one. Men turn their belly button away and their hip to hip. Mistake number two. If we're in this position, outside partner position, the men lead with their arms. We see this all the time. They want the lady to do her outside swivel, but what they do is they use their arms.
Whoa.
And they pull the lady to their side.
And we end up side by side and off balance.
So even if I was properly lined up here and now I'm using my arms, I'm pulling the lady behind me, but my belly button hasn't changed. It is my belly button that leads the lady.
Yeah.
My arms will go along for the ride. So as I turn my belly button, my arms just going along with that. So it's actually this that's turning her. So I'm sitting down. So in essence, if I back up, I'll do it from this angle so the camera can see better. It's as if there's a chair behind me, and I'm sitting in the chair, but I'm keeping my belly button toward the lady, rather than this. This is what we usually see.
Yes. Bad lead, and then we're both off balance.
Another mistake that happens in the outside promenade is that the man keeps the energy going. He doesn't let the lady feel that he's stopping to do the outside promenade. What do I mean by that? I will illustrate the wrong way, which we see far too often. Slow, quick, slow.
Woo!
So I've kept that energy going, but I'm stepping outside and then suddenly stopping.
It's a bit of a shock for your lady.
So hard for her to even know what your intent is, but how can she now stop?
Right,
So-
because you've given her the impression with your body going that she should continue moving backwards.
So I need to slow down. I have slow, quick, slow. So I'm slowing down to give her a chance to sit down into that back leg with her hip relaxed so that she can be on balance. And we don't want to just keep moving because then everything is for her taking her backwards. So she ends up on her heel and
likely falling
everything
over.
is lined up. And so that creates a problem. And also related to that is the man stepping too big. So when I get ready for the outside promenade, I want to still have my knees tucked in. And a lot of men, they take a big step like that. You have a big gap here. We don't want the gap. And of
It's
course,
like a little check step feeling.
like a check. And same for
For
the
both
lady.
of us.
If I step big, she has to step big. But we don't want that gap between our legs.
Right.
And the last thing is for the lady, if I'm going to do it from this angle, I'm going to actually go a little bit of a diagonal here. Slow, quick, slow. So if you can see where Wendy is sitting, it's like she's sitting in a chair, but her head is still diagonal to the left. So her projection of her energy is still forward. It's not back here.
Yeah.
But what happens quite often is the lady will take her head weight
Let her
back
head keep going.
as she goes into that position. And now she's back weighted instead of still having her projection forward.
So then not only do we affect our own balance, but we're going to affect our partner's balance, which is the balance of the couple.
So when I say projection, I'm not talking about the head being forward. Projection is the rib cage.
Right.
The head, the ladies, if I go from this angle here, her head is still diagonal to the left, but her rib cage is projecting forward. As her hips are back, she's sitting down, and her rib cage is projecting forward. And mine as well. Mine is projecting forward that way.
So we don't want this
Right.
or this.
And so now when I step onto my left foot, I'm just sitting in a chair with this rotation happening of my right side. And the lady comes forward onto her right foot. Another mistake is that the lady takes 2 steps forward. So instead of just 1 step with the right foot, she takes the right foot forward and then closes her feet. And that puts her on the wrong foot. So ladies, it's just 1 step forward and your left foot will come through and then it can
We're
keep
still on
going.
our right foot.
And then she turns back. So ladies, do not close the feet
Right.
as you bring that right foot forward.
A swooshy feeling throughout.
So there you have common mistakes in the outside swivel. If you want to learn more figures for social dancing, combinations of figures, technique, dances, perhaps dances that you are not that familiar with,
Little tips to make you look better on the social dance floor.
our Delta Dance video membership is a perfect way to do that. Videos are available 24/7 with your browser. The membership is affordable, and you can log on from anywhere in the world at any time. You can slow it down, watch it at half speed, and it gives you lots of information what to do, what not to do. So a Delta Dance video membership is designed to improve your social dancing so that you have more options, better technique, you can look better on the floor.